Hello, my professional colleagues. I am C. Rahul Agarwal, practicing chartered accountant. My area of practice is insurance survey and loss assessment. My core competence is business interruption or loss of profit insurance claim assessment. Today we will be discussing about business interruption, that is loss of profit insurance. In single line, this is an insurance of profit. If your business interrupt, then insurance company will pay you gross profit for the interruption period. Now we will discuss in detail about the coverage, intricacies of the admissibility of claim, and prerequisite in the next slide. Prerequisite: property oblique material damage insurance policy must have been issued. Means business for which you are intending to take BI or LOP insurance, production facilities of that business. Means production facilities means plant and machineries and building of that business must be insured through material damage policy. Then only BI or LOP policy will be issued to you. Examples of property oblique material damage insurance policies are standard fire and special peril policy and machinery breakdown policy. Through standard fire and special perils policy, you safeguard your property, that is machinery and building, from unforeseen contingencies like accidental fire, lighting, explosion, implosion, destruction or damage caused by aerial devices. You can also attach HTFI or RSMD cover to your standard fire and special perils policy. In HTFI cover, storm, tempest, flood, inundation, hurricane, cyclone, typhoon, and tornado is included, and in RSMD cover, riot, strike, malicious damage is included. So accordingly, as per your requirement, you can have the cover in your standard fire and special perils policy. And after taking material oblique property damage policy, BI or LOP policy will be issued to you. Next point, coverage. What is covered in this policy? Indemnification of the loss of gross profit during the interruption period resulting from the property damage that must be insured due to an insured peril. Means under BI or LOP policy, you will get the gross profit lost during the interruption period. But there are two conditions. First, interruption must be due to property damage. Second condition is property damage due to which business gets interrupted must be insured, as we have already discussed in our first point, prerequisite. Now next point, claim admissibility oblique material damage proviso. Claim under BI or LOP insurance policy triggered only if claim is admissible under material damage policy oblique section. Means if claim is not admissible under material damage policy, then your claim will not be admissible under BI or LOP policy. Next, types of BI or LOP policy. FLOP, and there are two types of BI or LOP policy, FLOP and MBLOP. In MBLOP, loss of profit due to machinery breakdown is covered. But again, first you have to take machinery breakdown policy, then only MBLOP will be issued to you. And loss must be admissible under machinery breakdown policy, then only loss will be admissible under MBLOP. Other than machinery breakdown, all the loss of profit, almost all the loss of profit is covered in FLOP, but you have to take the base policy, that is material damage policy, and claim must be admissible in that material damage policy. Then only it will be covered or admissible under BI or LOP insurance policy. Now let's go to the next slide. Coverage of loss of profit during COVID lockdown. Question. Nowadays we are facing COVID lockdown, hence there is question on that everybody is asking, is loss of profit due to business interrupted during COVID lockdown covered under BI or LOP policy? The answer is no. As the below criteria for eligibility of claim under BI oblique LOP does not fulfill the interruption due to COVID. Interruption must be due to property or material damage. Under COVID lockdown, there is no property or material damage, hence such condition is not fulfilled. Damaged property or oblique material must be insured. There is no property damage, then there will be no question of property insured or not. claim must be admissibility under material oblique damage, property damage policy. Uh, there is no property damage and there is no claim which can be admissible under material damage policy. Hence, all the three conditions or eligibility criteria are not fulfilled by COVID lockdown. Hence, loss of profit during COVID lockdown will not be covered under BI or LOP policy. Next, under BI or LOP policy, gross profit is covered. Now, what is the definition of gross profit? Definition of gross profit given in the policy wording is net profit plus insured standing charges, that is fixed expense in our accounting language. The word used in policy wording for fixed expense is insured standing charges. These are the expenses you will have to incur during the interruption period. It is specifically written in the policy wording that list of fixed expense, that is insured standing charges, to be attached with your insurance policy. But due to lacking of policy wording, in my career I have done many BI or LOP claims. Only one insured who has attached this list of uninsured standing charges with their insurance policy. Not having this list of insured standing charges leads to dispute between you and the surveyor, that which expense should be considered as fixed, because surveyor consider expenses as fixed as per his prudence, knowledge, experience and nomenclature given in the books of accounts or audited financials. Sometimes insured complains that surveyor find excuses to deduct their claim, but that is not the case. It is just lacking of knowledge of policy wording of your insurance agent, broker, consultant, or whoever guiding you while taking this BI or LOP insurance policy. Hence, I request you to please attach the list of fixed expense, that is insured standing charges, with your insurance policy while taking BI or LOP insurance policy. Let's go to the next slide. Coverage and other clauses. There are many clauses, but I have selected that clauses which you must take while taking insurance BI or LOP insurance policy to avoid deduction during claim settlement process. So let's begin. Alternate clauses, that is output oblique turnover basis. During claim settlement process, you have to put up your claim bill, means what you want to claim from insurance company. If you have not taken alternate clause, then you will be restricted to claim the gross profit on output or turnover, whichever is taken by default or by your insurance agent or broker. But if you have taken this alternate clause, you will have freedom to put up your claim bill on gross profit on turnover basis or output basis. So I would recommend to take this clause while taking your BI or LOP insurance policy. Next clause, stock accumulation clause. This clause can be invoked or useful when claim is on turnover basis. If you have put up your claim on turnover basis, surveyor will deduct the actual turnover during the interruption period from the stock as on date of loss, accumulated stock as on date of loss. But if you have taken this stock accumulation clause, then surveyor will have to make equitable allowance for the turnover made during the interruption period from the accumulated stock as on date of loss. Hence, it is worth to take stock accumulation clause while taking BI or LOP insurance policy. Next, departmental clause. If your business is conducting into various departments, then this clause is useful for you. But there is precondition to invoke this clause, that your books of accounts or bookkeeping must be proper enough to ascertain department-wise results at any given point of time. Then only you can invoke this clause. There are two benefits of this clause. First, in claim calculation, and second is in excess or deductible calculation. Excess or deductible is the small amount of claim that has to be borne by the insured when claim is there. For example, claim is for the interruption period of 40 days, then insured has to bear 7 days gross profit, and for remaining 33 days, insurance company will reimburse. Now we will discuss point-wise benefit of this clause. First benefit, in claim calculation. For example, you have three departments, A, B and C, and loss is in department B. Now if you have departmental clause, then claim will be settled on the basis of profitability, output or turnover of department B specifically. But if you don't have this departmental clause, then claim will be settled on the basis of output, turnover or profitability of all the departments together, that is A plus B plus C. So it is worth to take this clause to get reimbursement what you have lost, that is profitability of department B. Now, second benefit, that is in excess or deductible calculation. As I said earlier that 7 days gross profit has to be borne by the insured. It generally it is 7 days, but it varies policy to policy. If you have taken this departmental clause, then 7 days gross profit of only department B will be deducted from your claim. But if you don't have this clause in your policy, then total gross profit of all the departments together, that is A plus B plus B, A plus B plus C, will be deducted from your claim. Hence, it is very important to take departmental clause in your BI or LOP policy. Next, claim preparation clause. When unfortunate incident occurs, we need to put up our claim bill. Sometimes we need to take a consultancy of experts that how to prepare claim and put up claim. If we will have this clause in our policy, we can get reimbursement of claim preparation cost or charges that we have paid. Next, additional increased cost of working. Sometimes we need to incur cost or expenses during the indemnity period to maintain the business. Then these costs can be covered under this clause. But it is worth to note that additional increased cost of working is different from general increased cost of working, because in general increased cost of working you have to justify your increased cost with savings made from such cost. But in additional increased cost of working, you don't need to justify the increased cost with your saving made from such expenses incurred. Hence, it is worth to take additional increased cost of working instead of general increased cost of working. I tried to cover most of the points of BI or LOP insurance, but I think I have briefed very little about this topic because this is not a small subject. There is a lot to know about BI or LOP insurance. In India, insurance is the subject which we need to explore. I can take a full lecture on each clause, and there is difference in interpretation of wordings, ambiguity, lack of clarity on various topics in insurance industry. So please let me know any topic, clause or part of this video on which I can explain more. I would be very happy to share my knowledge and experience. Or you can contact me for any other topic related to BI or LOP insurance. Contact details are given in the slide. You will save your time and avoid huge deduction in your claim through this video. If you think this video is useful for you, please like, share, subscribe and comment. Thank you for your support.